Hey, wait. Before you finish typing that, you might really want to check this thing out because this here could just be the biggest comparator to the Tesla Model 3 here in Malaysia. The BYD Seal has just been launched in Malaysia in two variants, starting with the single motor variant called the Premium at 177,800 ringgit. Now that gets you a single motor on the rear axle, making 313 horsepower and 360 Newton meters of torque, and that's powered by an 82.5 kWh battery pack that can give you up to 570 kilometers of driving range based on the WLTP test cycle. But of course, the more exciting offering is the performance. And BYD is actually one-upping Tesla here because they are giving you an extra motor on the front axle, bringing the total outputs up to 530 horsepower and 670 Newton meters of torque. That means you can complete the 0 to 100 kilometers per hour sprint in just 3.8 seconds. And it does get the same battery as the Premium variant, but because this is an all-wheel drive variant, your driving range is actually reduced by a little bit, down to 520 kilometers. Now to charge, both variants get an onboard 7 kilowatt AC charger, taking you 15 plus hours to go from 0 to 100%. But for DC, both variants support up to 150 kilowatts of DC power, taking around 31 minutes to go from 10 to 80%. Now both variants are covered by a 6-year or 150,000 kilometers vehicle warranty, an 8-year or 160,000 kilometers battery warranty, as well as a 8-year or 150,000 kilometers drive unit warranty. That was a mouthful, but now let's actually go and check out the car. Now in terms of looks, the BYD Seal here has a very sleek and very slippery silhouette like you expect in every EV, because all of these will eventually help increase your driving range. In terms of design details, now it gets a very slim headlight design, which sort of reminds me of the Tesla Model 3 Highlands, but this here does get an extra frame around it, something like a Renault, and you also get the daytime running light down here. But the highlight is of course this unique light signature down here that turns on alongside your main beam. Now walking to the side, the wheels here are 19 inches, which are standard across both variants. This waistline over here is supposedly inspired by the ocean waves, but does it really? I like this very rigged roofline over here, giving it the impression of a fastback design. But the main highlight for me is at the back because it just looks so clean and so sleek, especially with these full-width taillights with all of these tiny dots around it that provides the main illumination. And it's also very clean because it now gets a BYD emblem instead of build your dreams. Inside here, well, first impressions wise, it does actually look and feel very high quality and very premium. Now it's not the minimalist design that you'll see on many of the modern EVs these days. I do actually quite like how it looks, and at least it looks a lot better than the weird muscle thing on the Atto 3. Now in terms of equipment, both variants are pretty much identical to each other. You get the 10.25-inch widescreen digital instrument cluster in front of you, and that's paired to the signature 15.6-inch rotating infotainment display. There's two Qi wireless charging pads for your mobile phones, and there's also this island of buttons for your volume control, your drive mode control, as well as this pretty cool crystal looking like gear shift lever. Just check out how sporty do these seats look, and to wrap up all of this high quality feel, you also get the DIN Audio premium sound system as standard. Here in the back seats, now for context, this car is just a bit bigger than the BMW 3 Series and a little bit longer than the Tesla Model 3, but just check out how much leg room I have over here. This is quite crazy, and it's made to feel even more spacious thanks to the completely flat floor and this massive glass roof up here. And there's no shades or anything like that, but BYD does say that there's some sort of coating to reject infrared light, but so does Volvo when they launched the C40, and it does get quite hot inside, so good luck. Anyway, the seats here can be split folded 60-40, and the seats themselves are actually really comfortable thanks to the way that the seats back here are contoured, and the headrests are also very plush. As for equipment, you get your rear aircon vents and a slot to maybe put your mobile phones when you're charging. Two USB ports here, and behind the seats there are also these compartments to put your various different electronics inside. As for the boot, the powered tailgate here opens up to 400 liters of space. Boot floor is actually pretty flush with the load lip, so it should be quite easy to slide your things in and out. There's a hidden compartment underneath the boot floor over here, but if that's still not enough space for you, there's also another trunk in front underneath the front bonnet. Now, this is just a very short, quick look at the BYD Seal here in Malaysia. So head on over to AutoBuzz.my for more information. We also have our first drive impressions when we were in China previously, so be sure to check that out, or otherwise wait for our full video review, which should be coming soon here on YouTube.